Realization come banging to his face by the Tilopa. Really, it looks like shocking. I mean, it's kind of funny. Realization came by knocking up, if I use more and more, knocking up his head and fall down in one account. That is according to Dzogchen, according to modern, pointing out the teaching, directly pointed out, exactly as it's bouncing this. And then, for example, in the teaching said, when Guru Padmasambhava came, this pointing out the instruction, Great Master Khyentse Rinpoche said that terminology came from there. And in the teaching said, Guru Padmasambhava, there's one old woman, I mean that's what the Khyentse Rinpoche said, an old woman who was so devoted to Guru Padmasambhava. She offered many times, always, she comes, she brings yogurt to Guru Rinpoche. She offered to Guru Rinpoche. That been many times. She has strong devotion to Guru Rinpoche. Didn't receive any other teachings or anything. Just she loved so much, she liked, and she feels so devoted to him. And she trusted. And they were offering the yogurts. And then she heard Guru Rinpoche is leaving from Tibet. So she kind of feel bad, and she bought some yogurt. She asked, please, so this is such a great master, I should ask some teachings. She asked, so please give me some teachings. Please give me some teachings. When she said that, Guru Padmasambhava pointed out his index finger, who are you? Who you are, or who are you? When Guru Rinpoche said that moment, it dawns in his heart. Moment, thought, who I am? That thought kind of things. He didn't kind of immediately say why he's asking that. She didn't say that, but she thought, who I am? She kind of thought that moment she got the perfect realization of the true nature. Exactly. So that is, who are you? That was the pointing out the teaching to this old woman. That walked her, for her, reach enlightenment. Really, that's because of her loyalty, devotion, and trust to Guru Rinpoche, and unfailing. That's what got the realization. So realization is not something that comes always a fancy way, this and that way. But as long as you have the devotion and trust, confidence, loyalty, that the realization dawns. For example, also in the teaching said that this what's called, there's a famous Patrul, great master Patrul, which foremost disciple, or one of the foremost, I should not say foremost, but one of the foremost disciple was Nyoshul Lhungtok. And he was a teacher, so he was a disciple of Patrul Rinpoche. And Nyoshul Lhungtok stayed with the Patrul Rinpoche, I think over 20 years, or maybe close to 30s, and receiving teaching, practicing. In the teaching, the life story said that. That's what written by famous master, that Khenpo Ngakchong. And Khenpo Ngakchong is one of the really great masters, famous masters. They always recognize him as an emanation of Bhamana Matras. Because in the teaching it said that Bhamana Matra, before his departure from Tibet, I will be coming back to every 100 years to re-correct the Dzogchen teachings, or re-strengthening and correct the Dzogchen teachings. So as he promised that, and there's a lot of emanation come, they called one after another. So many people, many great masters, you say this Khenpo Ngakchong or Khenpo Ngawen Parzeng was really reincarnation of the Bhamana Matras. And who was also root teacher of the great master or Jabji Chadar Rinpoche. His own is Chadar Rinpoche too, Khenpo Ngakchong. So Khenpo, this Nyoshul Lhungtok was a grand master of Chadar Rinpoche, if I say. Grand teacher of the Chadar Rinpoche. So one time, what is it? So I think Nyoshul Lhungtok is really one of the great masters to himself. But I think he told, I think maybe I must be telling to Patrul, I didn't recognize the nature of the mind still. I think he must have said many times. So one time, great master Patrul is occasionally, I think in the teachings, he lay down in the nighttime, and do the sky meditation in the nighttime. And then master, so Patrul is doing this. And then Patrul called to Nyoshul Lhungtok, you always say that you don't recognize your nature of my mind. Come here, do as I doing, meditate. Lay down on the floor or on the ground, not floor, outside on the ground, and look to the sky and look to your mind. And so master that Nyoshul Lhungtok did in the teachings. He said he did. Well, they lying down and Patrul start talking. Can you see the star? Can you see all the stars or the moons or whatever? Can you see those? Of course you see that. And then he starts saying, can you hear the dog noise at the Dzogchen monasteries? Dog noise of the Dzogchen monasteries. When he heard that word, and really he got the perfect understanding nature of the mind. When he heard that, can you hear the dog noise of the Dzogchen monasteries? That immediately rang him of the realization of the true nature of the mind, exactly as it is. So therefore, again, we have the devotion. It really brings realization, something so surprising, beautiful, perfect. And then Master Patrul himself, in the teaching, said that also I heard from Khyentse, said that. And when he was young, he wanted to see the reincarnation of the Jingmi Lungpa, Dom Chengung, reincarnation of Jingmi Lungpa. So we went to Patrul when he was young, in the age maybe in the 20s, whatever. Went and to see this reincarnation of Jingmi Lungpa. And so he saw Jingmi Lungpa reincarnation. Jingmi Lungpa reincarnation is very famous as crazy yogi. Crazy yogis, really said. Dom Chengung, even they say. Dom Chengung. Wild chances. So when he came, young Patrul came to him and asked some teachings. That immediately he got up and hold his collars and knocked it, or he turned over and pushed it down on his field and said, "You old dog, you old dog." Here, equivalent in this country, he picked up and knocked to the ground, said, "Bullshit." Bullshit. That's it. I mean, it's a bit old dog when you say it. That is equivalent of here, bullshit. Bullshit. So push it down or throw on the ground. With that, he feel unconsciousness in the teachings. The moment he would out of that unconsciousness, he really see the perfect meaning of the great nature of the emptiness. So ever since, Patrul used that word, old dog, as his nicknames. When you read books of his teachings, I, old dog, wrote this. He took that as his secret name, secret holy names, and they got the realizations. So this is how. When you have the devotion, when you have the joy and the appreciation, realization comes so beautiful, so nice, so really simple. Also, there's another story in the teaching set. It's not just a story; it's really true stories. Not so far from my country, my birthplace. There's an area called the Datus. There's one old lady who don't really know Dharma too much, but she has strong devotion to Khyentse and Tara. She practicing Tara and Khyentse, our Lokiteshvara, all the time. finish many millions and hundreds, many millions of the mantra of the Khyentse, and many over 100,000 of the prayers of the 21 taras. She finished. At all end, she don't know Dharma, anything, except she has strong devotion to the Khyentse and to Tara. And in the teaching said that she had a dream almost every night. One blue lady comes, she gives always some cloth to her, always in the dream. And one young white man with top the hair comes in the dream, always give her as Kristamalas. She dreamed. Because of her devotions, blessings of the Tara and the Khyentse really came. Even though she don't know any other dharmas, any kind of all the intellectuals, anything, but the devotion, that her unfailing devotion brought this realization. And therefore, it's not just only that, but Toga and Tutu practice, any practice is so important to have the devotions. So that is my briefly talk for today. And if you have some questions, please ask me, and particularly Margot.